If you've clicked on this video, then the chances are you're not progressing in calisthenics in the way that you want to. There are multiple mistakes that you're probably making, and if you don't fix these, then you're never going to be able to achieve the physique and the skills that you want in calisthenics. I went through so much pain and frustration trying to unlock skills that took me way longer than it should have done because I didn't have access to any information. And what I don't want is for you guys to go through the same thing that I had to go through, so this is why I'm making this video. The very first mistake that I made during calisthenics was not working on my form. I wanted to rush into as many push-ups and squats and pull-ups as I could before actually learning how to perform the movement. But this can actually limit progress and, worst case scenario, lead to injuries. So it is essential to make sure you're greasing the groove, and by that I mean perfecting each exercise and movement that you're doing, no matter if you're a beginner or you're even at an intermediate to advanced level. You have to practice every workout to make sure you're perfecting each move that you're doing. Here are some tips that I can give you on how to fix this problem. The first one is simply just to slow down the movement. And I know this might seem counterproductive, but you're actually helping yourself in the long run. When you slow down the movement, you want to be mindful of your hand placement when you're doing push-ups, and also your body alignment if you're learning the push-up form. The best way that you can learn this is by not only researching other people's videos that help you, but you can also work out in front of a mirror or even record yourself with a camera or your phone to look at your form and compare it to the perfect form that you should be having. I cannot emphasize enough how important this is, guys, so make sure you take it on board and you're actually practicing doing this, looking at where you went wrong in a certain exercise, because it's going to help you. If you get injured, you'll be able to figure out what you did wrong, and if you fall over in a handstand or just fail a movement completely, you're going to be able to understand why that happened. And keeping on that same topic of not rushing into it and focusing on form, you want to make sure that you're doing easier progressions if you can't do a slower version of a push-up or any other movement. So practice your knee push-ups if you can't do push-ups. Make sure your form is on point. Obviously, it's not going to be the same as a normal push-up in terms of your leg alignment, but your upper body is going to be in exactly the same positioning that it would be for the original and normal push-up. So that is my first point. Remember that having proper form is going to lead to more strength gains in the future. It's going to help you prevent injury, and is also going to help you understand where you went wrong in a certain exercise to help you progress faster. And also, with proper form, you're going to get the best out of your workout, because you're going to be targeting the area that you want instead of accidentally targeting a different area that you didn't want to target and you didn't aim to target because your form was not perfect. Okay, the second mistake is one that I'm so guilty of, and I still sometimes do this now, but I try to limit it as much as possible, and that is overtraining. I am so guilty of just jumping into certain movements even though I've done them the previous day, and this completely slowed down my progress and even injured me sometimes. It's going to lead to a slowdown in progress and performance, and also cause injuries, guys. So there's 3 negatives that really come with overtraining, and you want to be avoiding them as much as possible. The last thing you want to do is make progress on a certain movement, and then the next minute you're injured, or you're completely tired and you cannot even perform the movement to the same ability that you could the previous day or the previous week because you've jumped into it too fast. You need to let your body recover, guys, before you jump into it again. And with calisthenics, most of the time is going to be spent resting. I know that also seems counterintuitive and counterproductive, but guys, resting is the key to making progress. You want to have your body recovering so that you can actually perform the movement with the same intensity or the same strength level that you could the previous day or the previous week that you did it. If you just jump into it after one day, you're going to see a decline in your performance, and it's going to be very noticeable. And ultimately, this is just going to frustrate the hell out of you. You might be thinking, oh, but I really want to train. I love calisthenics and I want to be able to do the movements as fast as possible. But guys, you don't want to be doing that. If you really want to train, even on your rest days, then I'd recommend training for some mobility to help you with the exercises that you can do the next day, but stay away from doing the same exercise the day after or even a few days after. You want to make sure that your shoulders, your chest, your back, your legs are as strong as possible so that you can go into your next training session with the optimal optimal levels of performance and energy that you're gonna need. And guys, it does not hurt to have a day off, okay? I do this all the time. I have at least one day off a week, if not two. Obviously, most of the time I am recording videos for you guys, and that does involve exercise to a certain level. But it's not intense as it would be if I was actually training. And that's exactly how you guys should do it. You should have at least one rest day. That is what I recommend. Or you're just gonna burn out, you're gonna get yourself injured, you're gonna slow down your progress, and you're gonna get annoyed. Another thing that you can do is reduce the intensity of the next workout you're doing if you're learning a certain skill. So maybe one day you'll have an accessory based day, for instance for planche. Maybe you'll do some band raises like this to help you with your straight arm strength, and then you can go into the next workout with a good energy level, a good performance level, and be able to do the exercise with the same performance that you did it with the last week. And my last point of advice for this section is to just listen to your body, guys. You're gonna know when you're completely tired and knackered out and you can't do a workout because your body is just telling you, we're not gonna be able to do that today. And this all comes with trial and error, guys, so do not beat yourself up about it. It's gonna happen. You're gonna have days where you can't perform as good as you did previously. And although this might seem frustrating, just think of the bigger picture, guys, and the fact that you're gonna be able to achieve this skill faster if you have a good amount of recovery. So make sure to listen to your body if you're fatigued or you're sore, and you guys will learn how to do that over time, and you'll definitely feel it in your body, and your body will tell you. And the last point that I want to talk about is neglecting mobility. I know what you guys are thinking, especially you guys that are into the more advanced calisthenics movements and achieving gravity defying skills. This does look cool, but you have to be at a good level of mobility to be able to perform them. Mobility exercises in calisthenics are essential for achieving the correct form in a given exercise. For instance, if you're trying to learn the L-sit, a reason that you might not be able to do the proper form on it is because your hamstrings might be too tight, and therefore you need to work on the flexibility of your hamstrings. So what can you do to actually include mobility, and what exercises should you be doing? The first thing that I'd recommend is to add mobility exercises into your warm-up routine, and by doing this you can actually warm up your muscles and be able to have the correct mobility for exercises that you're going to do in the workout at the same time. You don't want to be doing anything heavy for your warm-up and anything that's going to involve more static stretches, but you want to be focusing on more dynamic stretches such as these, which I'm going to show in this little interval here. You might also be thinking that it's pretty overwhelming to do so many stretches, and which one should you be doing? So what I'd recommend for you guys is to focus on the areas that you're lacking in. So maybe you're lacking in some shoulder mobility. You can do shoulder mobility exercises to help you achieve certain skills in calisthenics and also help with your form on exercises. There is literally a mobility exercise for everything. You have to work out what you're weak on in your own body and what you want to achieve, what skill you're working towards, and cater your mobility routine to that skill or move that you're trying to acquire. And although this might seem annoying to do at first and you might forget it, it's really going to help you guys. Even if you do 1 to 2 mobility sessions a week, that is completely better than nothing, and you will see a stable amount of progress over time. A few minutes of mobility each day can make such a big difference. Maybe you're not making any of these mistakes. That's good. You're maximizing the potential for you to reach a good level in calisthenics. But the other 2 mistakes that you could be making is not having the correct nutrition and also not being able to push past a plateau. A plateau is where you do a certain exercise for a certain amount of reps or sets, and then you feel like you can't progress towards another level, or you can't do more reps or sets. The best way to combat both of these issues is to have a structured training program and diet plan. As soon as you can make a perfect calisthenics workout routine that's catered to you and your current level, and I'll put a link here to one of my videos that I released recently on how to make a perfect calisthenics routine, then all you guys have to worry about is making sure that your diet's on point, so you're getting in enough protein and you're also intaking the amount of calories that you need for your goals. And if you guys need more help and you're still stuck on what to do for a training program, or your diet's so bad and you want it fixing ASAP to achieve the calisthenics skills that you want, then I do have my own calisthenics program called the Calisthenics Dream Pack, and you guys can go check that out. Link in the description. It talks you through everything that you guys want to know in this video. You can follow a structured training program, have the correct diet for calisthenics, and also you can learn from me in there, guys. There's a day in the life video included in the program that shows you exactly what I eat each day to achieve the calisthenics skills that I can do now. So definitely be looking into that if you want to fast track your progress. And that is it for today, guys. I hope that you understood what mistakes that you could be making, how to improve improve them and what to do after this video. You should be working on your mobility, resting for the correct amount of time, not rushing into exercises and focusing on proper form, along with making sure you have a good program and your diet in check. If you enjoyed this video and you like this style content, then make sure to like and also subscribe for more daily calisthenics and fitness content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.